Hello, Miami, and all of Oxford. My name is Cashay Roberts.
And my name is Josiah Collins, and we are with Miami Television News.
Today joining us, we have several nominees for Miami's 18 of the last 9 recent graduates.
Please join us in welcoming Kelsey McHugh, class of 2010, Alex Tyree, class of 2011, and Wenyin Deng, class of 2014.
Well, thank you so much, guys, for joining us today. We just want to ask first, how does it feel being back at Miami University's campus today?
Great. I mean, it's super exciting. It's a lot has changed, but it's nostalgic for sure. And I'm super impressed by the caliber of students that are here. It makes me feel inspired to go back and do what I do. In a lot of ways, I'm like, you guys are just as interesting as me, and I'm like, maybe we should be honoring you too. But it's great.
I just feel like, for me, it feels like back home, and to meet my old professor and meet some friends and just hang out with them and see what they're doing, and just really feels homey to me.
It's definitely nostalgia-inducing. It's been wonderful working with the students. Everyone's so participatory and inquisitive. They seem so much more advanced than I felt at that age, so it's definitely been inspiring.
That's amazing. And Kelsey, we looked in your bio that you were a student athlete. So how did you juggle at the time being a student athlete and just with academics and everything? How was the balance?
It was challenging, but I think everyone's college experience has its different challenges. I was definitely a big subscriber to making lists and setting very clear goals for myself every day, and just sort of trying to organize my time to be the most efficient that I could be. But everyone has extracurriculars they choose to do, so I'm sure it was similar for both of our other honorees as well.
So Alex, I want to come to you for a second. So creating opportunities for people of different backgrounds, that's something that you really prided yourself on in your career. So one of the things that I have seen about you is CultureCon. So I was wondering a little bit what inspired you to do that, and when is the next CultureCon?
Yeah, I mean, that honestly, it came from a space of just being with people like me who, in a lot of ways, were the one person of color in the room. And there was a feeling of sort of forming this brave space where we could sort of take equity in a society that we feel like we've contributed on a great level throughout history. And this generation, I think, is braver than ever. So we felt like this was a conference that could really proclaim that and inspire the next generation. So I'm super excited to continue to create more spaces like that. I'm surprised by the success of it because it's only been around this is its 3rd year. It's happening next week. But yeah, I mean, I am just humbled to have been a part of it. I couldn't believe how we were able to do some of the things we're doing, and hopefully we can continue to grow.
So Wenyin, what got you so into music, and what has made you stick with it?
So speaking of that, I will mention, in this campus or in US, everybody call me Phoenix, not my official name is Wenyin. So there's actually a little story I can tell. Back in 15 years ago, I had a cancer. And by that time, I already started to play music, but I just like it, not really into it. And then when I had that cancer, and the doctor said you only can survive in 3 years. But then I'm just like, okay, sure. And then I started to still play my violin and doing orchestra rehearsals, and started to feel like only in that music I can forget I'm sick. I was sick. And the mental health and mental support and really get me through all this chemotherapy and everything. So from that time, I was like, oh, I really love music. And I think that's a positive energy for me to, pass through me and to the others. And then, of course, music saved me. And my mom said, oh, you're like a reborn, phoenix, reborn from the ash. So that's why I have the name, and that's why I'm sticking to the music. And I really want to use that to, to help others and to share my story to inspire others.
So this is kind of a question for all of you. So why did you all decide to come back to Miami now? What was the reason for coming back right now?
What's the start? You can go down the line. For me, it was, I had felt like during my time at Miami, I could have or would have hoped to have seen someone like myself. And, it's not bragging on myself, but I would have hoped to have met someone who was not too far removed from school and was doing some of the things that I would be interested in doing to open up my palette, open up the understanding of what life is like after school, because you're often told that these are the best 4 years of your life and everything is downhill from here. And I kind of came back and I just wanted to come back and give the understanding that it can and it does get a lot better. Life continues to change and shift, and this is probably the most exciting thing for you right now, but it can get more exciting and more promising and more enriching after school.
Kind of same here. The reason I really want to come back is to reconnect to my professor. And also, I really want to share all my stories, and I really want to tell all the students in the campus right now and in the music department how important this 4 years you have to spend in there, and you have learned too much and to prepare for your next step. So that's why I really, really come back to share that. Mm-hmm.
And for me, I'm in my last year of medical training post the last decade of finishing medical school and doing residency and fellowship. So I think I finally have good perspective on everything it took to get here. And I remember being a college student, and it was sort of like this black box of unknowns. So I think I'm at the right place and the right time to come back and help answer people's questions, and hopefully serve to sort of clarify the upcoming steps and hurdles and everything that they'll be facing in the future years.
Okay. And Alex, do you mind talking a little bit about your time and your experience with Spike Lee and your whole task and everything that includes with him and everything?
Yeah, I mean, I think that, I don't know if we have enough time to talk about all the stories with Spike Lee, but I mean, he just working with someone who's such a master, I'm going to call him a masterpiece. I've never met an individual who's literally walking performance art. And you have to, a lot of ways, read between the lines of someone like that. There's professors that you have at Miami who are able to very clearly, a lot of times, articulate what it is they want you to do. But there's great minds like him who sometimes you just have to sit and observe and watch and learn, and you can't expect him to serve you all of the answers and give you the secret to success. You have to sit there and observe. And I think over my time with him, I've been able to get some of those keys. I think that he is a man that is probably the hardest working person in his industry, and I've been able to pick up on those habits. Waking up at 5:30 without an alarm clock anymore. That started while working with him, and he's up and he's at it, and he's working. And I've seen him do 14-hour shoots, no breaks. It's that type of mentality that I truly, truly appreciate. And you can't expect that for everyone, but you can use some of those qualities and learn from some of those qualities that he has and start to piece it together for yourself and understand that, okay, I can use this, uses that, I can learn from this and that. And it's really, really helped me. I can talk more specific stories if we have time, but yeah, that's what I appreciate about working with him.
So, Wenyin, you started the Phoenix Trio. You were one of the founding members of it. So I was kind of wondering, how is that going? And then also, is there anything else coming up new for you with music?
The Phoenix Trio is under my name because we're trying to find other names, and names like Phoenix is good, so we just stick to that name. So okay, fine. And also, we've been touring around U.S. and Ohio and Virginia and South Carolina for a while. And then one of my best friend, and he's a cellist, and he just got married. So he's been doing his kind of things there in Seattle. But we're planning to have a tour in China, like concerts and recitals back in China next year. And also, we want to come back because the other two are also Miami alumni. So we wanted to come back to work with the Miami University Orchestra for another trio, a concerto or something. So that's our next step.
Okay, and then Kelsey, so you plan on becoming an academic pathologist. How is that going, and What is your goal towards it?
It's going very well. Everything's coming together. So I'm in my last year of fellowship training, and that ends in June. And then I've secured a position with the Cleveland Clinic, so I'll be staying on as a staff pathologist at the clinic with 2 areas of specialty. The first being cytopathology, where you stick little needles into people's lumps and bumps and try to give them a reason as to why they have that lesion. And the second being GI pathology, so anything involving the GI tract. My main motivator for wanting to stay in academic medicine is the fact that you can parcel out some of your time to give back to the community. I've really enjoyed being able to work on global medicine trips and going to places that are underserved in terms of pathology diagnostic laboratory work, and trying to give them the resources they need to sort of give people diagnoses and answers and begin the treatment process for patients. So remaining academic gives me leeway to have that be incorporated as part of my practice.
So we're kind of coming towards the end a little bit here, but I just have another question for all of you. So I was wondering, how has life changed for all of you since your time in Miami, and have you always seen yourselves where you are now, or how many changes have there been along the way?
What's the start?
You want to go this way?
Sure. I guess in the big picture, everything has come together in that I wanted to be a doctor and I became a doctor, but there's definitely so many hurdles that you can't predict along the way. There are ups and downs, it sort of ebbs and flows. There are times where you don't feel like you're going to get to the finish line that you've set for yourself, but ultimately it has all worked out. I guess in terms of things I didn't entirely see coming, I did get married in the interim and actually met my husband here in Miami, so that was fun and something I had not been planning for, which has been great. But in the professional sense, it's just sort of being flexible in your pursuit of your goal has been the most useful thing for me.
Miami has changed me a lot, actually, because Miami is the first place I came from, all the way from China. And also, when I first came here, I actually don't know what I want to do in the future. Like, pursue my doctorate degree, or I just gonna, have my master and go back. But Miami, actually, the power, the passion, and all this kind of, spirit, and all the professors supported me, and then changed my mind and changed all my future dream. Like, I want to pursue my doctoral, and also I want to learn more the culturally and all the music from here and bring back to China. So yeah, I'm proud to be Miami.
Miami shaped me greatly as well, and I think that just the culture of, work hard, play hard, really embedded into my sort of spirit, my own personal ethos. Even from just being intentional about how you enjoy life, but also be intentional about how you pursue your work and your passions. So that definitely has inspired me. Now, I have to be honest, I had no really idea, or I had no plan that everything that has happened and the reason I'm here would shake out the way it has. And I think that is the surprise of life, and that's the enjoyment of life, is if we knew what was ahead of us, we wouldn't actually really appreciate it. So yeah, I'm super grateful for why I'm here, how I've been able to get here and come back and be able to offer something. But while I have the time, I do want to give credit to a lot of the people that did help shape me, and actual individuals like Michelle Thomas and Randy Thomas and Gerald Yearwood during my time at Miami. So thank you and kudos to them. But yeah, for the students that are in school right now, just be open and ready. Like, you don't know what to expect, but just be aware of the present moment, and it will be revealed to you.
Well, we want to thank you guys so much for coming. Thank you for sitting in with Miami Television News. I'm Cache.
And I'm Josiah.
And make sure you guys stay tuned to our YouTube channel at Miami MTN.